Oh, wow! Oh, this is so cool! In this video, we are going searching for these super rare and super weird creatures that call the ocean home. And we've just found the first one. Check this out.
This is a dark-lined fireworm, a carnivorous bristleworm that prowls the ocean floor looking for prey. And believe it or not, they're pretty fast. Now, as if they didn't look creepy enough already, these fireworms are also venomous, armed with thousands of tiny brittle spines that can break off in your skin, causing serious irritation and burning. Like a lot of creatures on the reef, they rely on something called aposematic coloration, with their bright colours serving as a warning to predators. It's pretty unusual to see these out hunting during the day though, and after a little while, this one decided to head back under the sand.
See you later, mate. Right, let's go and find some more weird stuff.
Now, due to its proximity to an active volcano, this area is covered in a nutrient-rich muck that supports a huge array of marine life.
You can see though, guys, this site is just covered in a sandy muck. But there's various sort of sponges and halimeda algae and crinoids or feather stars littered along the bottom.
But when searching for ocean critters, you really have to zoom in close.
So we've just found what I think is a little ghost goby, but he's got a special, well, maybe a she, maybe a he actually. They've got a very special surprise. Have a look at this.
This tiny fish, measuring just a couple of centimeters long, is a common ghost goby. This one is a male, and he has a very important job: guarding his eggs. His partner has laid a clutch on this grey encrusting sponge. It's now his responsibility to protect them over the next few days until they hatch into free-swimming fry and drift off into the open ocean to fend for themselves. Common ghost gobies are fascinating reef critters, known for their translucent bodies and large eyes. They also exhibit a unique behaviour called squat hopping. Instead of swimming, they seem to hop or leap to reposition themselves, and this one definitely didn't seem to be able to get comfortable.
Goodbye, Mr. Goby, or Mrs. Goby.
Other species seem to take guarding their eggs much more seriously though.
These are saddleback anemone fish, and I think they've got some eggs, they do. We've got to be a bit careful though, because these guys can get very aggressive. Let's see if they'll let me get close. Oh, yeah, this one's not happy. Oh dear. Well, as long as it leaves my fingers alone, I don't care. So you'll notice that the anemone fish is swimming over the eggs and wafting them. Now, they're partly doing this to scare me off, but they also do it to make sure that the eggs stay clean and oxygenated. Right, I think we've managed to not get eaten alive, so that's good. This one here is getting a bit aggressive though, so we should probably get out of here. Fingers crossed for them, in a few nights' time, as soon as it gets dark, there'll be thousands of little clownfish released up into the water.
Whilst many species, like these clownfish, rely on both aggression and the support of a host in order to survive, others rely on other techniques, including camouflage. Now, whilst it might not seem that obvious to us given its striking coloration, this painted frogfish perfectly mimics orange sponges, tricking its prey into getting too close.
Goodbye, Mr. Frogfish. You're not very active today, are you? Let's go find some more critters.
Other reef creatures are much better at camouflage though, and can be impossible to spot even when you're looking directly at them. The next creature we found is a true master.
I think we found something good over here. Let's have a look. Wait, what am I even looking at? Oh, it's here. Oh my god, it is cool.
Using specialised cells called chromatophores, this day octopus has perfectly camouflaged itself against a rocky structure in the sand. These octopuses are equipped with complex eyes that are structured similarly to vertebrate eyes, like ours, but they lack a blind spot, giving them a much wider field of vision. This one was so sure of his camouflage abilities that he remained completely motionless whilst being filmed, certain that he hadn't been seen.
That is some crazy camouflage. We're going to head back up the slope now and see what we can find swimming around in the shallows. Check out this phenostar or crinoid walking along the bottom. How weird is that? So it's always a good idea to look inside these phenostars or crinoids because every now and then you find something really cool, and in this one there is something really cool. Have a look at this.
This is an elegant squat lobster, a small long-armed crustacean that inhabits the arms of feather stars. For the most part, this is a commensal relationship, with the squat lobster benefiting from safe foraging spots without harming the feather star. However, the feather star may also benefit, with the squat lobster removing detritus and debris, although the lobster also has to be careful that the crinoid doesn't harbour small predators or parasites that may pose a threat. These squat lobsters can change their colour to better blend in with their host, and this individual has developed a yellow tinge to more closely mimic the arms of the feather star it's riding around in.
Now, it's also a good idea to look at the anemones, and this one has, a couple of little critters in it. Let's have a look.
Like the squat lobsters, these peacock anemone shrimps form similar relationships with anemones. This larger, more heavily patterned shrimp is likely a female, but the male is close by. Now, as well as the anemone shrimps, squat shrimps can also be found tucked up against the mantles of different anemone species on the ocean floor. Twerking away, it's not surprising that some people refer to these little critters as sexy shrimps.
Big blocks like this one and the ropes that are attached to them are always good places to look for critters. Here's another block. I wonder what's on this one. Oh, we've got some harlequins. There's shrimps everywhere. Guys, this is an absolute shrimp fest. Never thought I'd say that, to be honest, but look at them. We've got harlequin shrimps. All sorts of stuff. Let's get some footage.
For those of you watching that have watched my previous videos in this series, you'll have seen this fantastic little critter before. These are harlequin shrimp. Harlequin shrimps are famous for their appetite for starfish, but they're also very interesting for other reasons. Like this pair, they're known to form monogamous pairs, working together to find, flip over, and dissect their favourite starfish prey. They're also experienced dancers, and whilst they don't relentlessly shake their little butts like the sexy shrimp, they do engage in courtship dances that can last for hours. These are definitely one of my favourite little critters to find in film.
As well as the harlequins, there's other species of shrimp. I'm not entirely sure what these are, but I'll flash them up on the screen now. So got all these shrimps, they're everywhere. Oh, and there's two little flounders just here. Have their little scrap. Oh, it suddenly just got really cold. Super nice though. Guys, if you're loving this video so far, make sure to let me know down in the comments what your favourite critter we found so far is.
As we headed back into the shallows, we spotted a few other interesting critters moving along the sandy bottom, including this tiny little sea moth that rather unusually didn't seem to want to swim away from me. We also found this small yellow pipefish that for now, I can't seem to identify. Little did I know that the next day we'd be treated to some fantastic encounters with some of the rarest, most highly adapted and coolest critters in the ocean. We continued searching in the shallows for a little while, looking for other strange critters buried within the rocks, before heading back to the surface. Some of us had a little bit of trouble getting out of the water though.
Oh, we're looking for something very special today. I really hope we can find it. But we've got to pedal down to about 20 metres first, so yeah, long old swim. Look at all these damsels and antheas and sergeant majors up in the water. Probably out for their early morning feed. We're currently down at about 20 odd metres, which is usually a good spot for finding some of these cool critters. And interestingly, the place that we are now is actually where I found one of my favourite creatures ever a few months ago, the octopus. For those of you that didn't see that video, here's a quick clip of that now. So this here is a really cool feature. It's like a sandbar that runs from the deep all the way up to the shallows. And it seems to attract quite a lot of cool stuff. Whoa, look at this barracuda. This is a great barracuda. You can tell by the black blotches you can see on his side. And he's currently got this funny camo pattern. I think he thinks that we can't see him and he's blending into the sand, but yeah, not the smartest fish, that's for sure. He's gonna swim off in a second. Whoa, big school of mackerel. How cool is that? Guys, it's wild out here. Literally anything can turn up. Oh my word, look how camouflaged this is. I didn't even see it. There's a flounder just here. You can just see his... Oh, he's gonna move. You can see his two little googly eyes and his mouth that's on the side. And that there is why they're called a cockatoo flounder. You can see the... I guess their dorsal spines go up. He knows he's been seen now. Oh, wow! Oh, this is so cool! Oh, yes! Now, for those of you that watched some of my earlier videos, you'll know what this species is, and this one isn't quite as big, but wow, this is awesome. Rhinopia! Woo!
This fantastic critter is one of the holy grails of diving, the weedy scorpionfish, otherwise known as a rhinopias. Whilst this one is much smaller than the large yellow one we found before, he is certainly no less impressive. Like most scorpion fishes, this individual is a master of camouflage, not only in appearance, but also in the way that he moves. The fleshy tassels that cover this one's body help it blend seamlessly with the algae-covered rocks, and its preference for stumbling about, as opposed to swimming, makes its prey think it's just a piece of weed floating around in the current. Unfortunately though, for the small fish that make this mistake, they soon meet their end at lightning speed. And these rhinopias have very large appetites. All this feeding was definitely tiring work for this little rhinopias.
So we've got the rhinopia here, and the next super cool critter is just here. Hello, buddy. If you look really closely, you can see there's a pink-eared mantis shrimp just here. Oh, he just chucked some sand out of his burrow. These guys, I believe, are actually a species of spearing mantis shrimp. And I know that because this one is sitting tight in his burrow. He's waiting for something to swim over so he can spear it with his spears.
However, between shifting a dozen scoops of sand from his hunting hole and doing some pruning, this one definitely seems to be more focused on cleaning than catching food.
There's a bit of current now pushing us over this ridge, which is a bit annoying, but we'll make it work. These little damsels are clinging on for dear life. Oh, yeah! Woo! Oh, this one is a first for me. If you watch one of my recent videos, you'll know we were looking for this guy. And they actually imitate a bit of seagrass, so they're very difficult to spot, but here we have the robust ghost pipefish. Look at that, that is awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy. Woo! Right, let's get him on film.
Like the rhinopias, this robust ghost pipefish also uses both decorative and behavioural mimicry to remain undetected. Whilst their coloration and shape are almost identical to that of seagrass, they also exhibit a behaviour called head-down positioning, where they anchor themselves to substrate with their heads pointing downwards. And that being said, you can't have it all, and this camouflage definitely comes at the expense of poor swimming ability. These ghost pipefish better hope they don't have to disappear in a hurry. Like other ghost pipefish, this robust ghost pipefish feeds primarily on copepods and small shrimps, using its tubular snout to suck in prey in a similar fashion to its close relative, the seahorse. Now, not only is this sighting a first for me, but it's also the first time I've seen a ghost pipefish yawn, and it's super weird.
Goodbye, Mr. Robust Ghost Pipefish. Now we just need to find a Halimeda. Oh, and a rough snout actually, so 2 more to go, then we've got them all. Fingers crossed we can find them soon. Oh, yes! Oh, we found it! Oh, there's 2! There's 2! Oh my word, look at it! Look at it! Oh, this is disgusting. I'm getting stung. It hurts, they're in my ears, it's horrible. Guys, that's the end of this week's critter hunt. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're in the mood for more, you'll probably like one of these 2 videos up on the screen now. The critter hunt continues soon. I will see you next time.